In what has been named as his African tour, 20-year-old Darren Jason Watkins Jr., also known as IShowSpeeds, an American YouTuber and streamer, has been visiting African countries. And among them, he visited the Republic of Zambia. Now, for some people, this was an opportunity to express their negativity about their very own. For some people, this was an opportunity to show their hatred about their very own. For some people, this was an opportunity to actually expose how hateful and how negative they are when it comes to supporting their own. Not just social media influencers or content creators, but even their own government. Sadly, when it was learned that IShowSpeeds was coming to Zambia, and when he announced that his next country to visit was Zambia, obviously, for the Ministry of Tourism, this was an opportunity to just also showcase some of the tourism sites that we have in our country. And who was in a better position to actually welcome this guy than the Minister of Tourism? Now, the moment people heard that he was coming, even before he entered the border, people had already started giving guidance on social media. Hey, please, don't embarrass us. Hey, please, don't take him to State House. Hey, please, just leave him to Chite and Chite. Hey, please, 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 please. Now, let's first understand, this guy is a very young guy. But for those of you that don't know, he actually commands a very huge influence. He has numbers that most of us in this country, in fact, none of us in this country has. Just so we know. The numbers that he has, none of us in this country has them. His lowest is 6.2 million followers, and that is coming from Facebook. 6.2 million. None of our influencers here, none of the most common or known people has these numbers on Facebook here. The second is TikTok. TikTok, he has about 45 million followers. 45 million followers. I don't know if anyone has these numbers here. Then on YouTube, he has 48 million subscribers. So yes, he is only 20. He is only 20 years old. But in a world that feeds on digital content, he's a beast. Nichinyama chikulu. He's not someone to underrate. And the moment you hear that such kind of a person with these numbers is coming to your country, you take advantage. Our Minister of Tourism was there to welcome the young man. I was sure it rained comment. Look at how you're embarrassing yourself. Hey, oh, Minister, hey, how could you? Hey, son, you could have been here. Hey. There was so much talk. But to some of us, it wasn't surprising because that's typical of some of our Zambian people. The young man came to Lusaka and he was taken to a city, within a city, Matero. And yes, rapper Mwilam Sonda, also known as Slap D, was there to also just, welcome the kid. Hey, it rained insults. Hey, no, a host Slap D, the king of hip hop. How could you embarrass yourself like that? Hey, Tabuti Chako, hey, what and what. People had all the negatives to say. In a nutshell, this was an opportunity for some people to even look down and insult some of us as content creators. Hey, no, now he has taught you how things should be done. Hey, he has what? He has what? He has what? He has what? We listened. We never judged. We just looked and we understood, because this is not the first time we have received such kind of insults. Naturally, as a country, we never want to hear something good about our country. We never want to hear our very own doing good. Every time we get an opportunity, we always want to just shame and embarrass our very own. So Darren left the country, went to other countries. Among the countries that he has been to is Kenya. Now, for those of you that don't know, in the whole world, Kenya has the #1 spot for people that use the internet, just in case you didn't know. In the whole world, Kenya is on #1 for young people that use the internet. And this is evident from the welcome that he received when he went to Kenya. There were a mounda of young people that were waiting for him in Kenya. And this was the biggest crowd that has welcomed him on his tour so far. No one has beat Kenya. What is so interesting, however, is that the Republican president of Kenya, William Ruto, had to do a video to welcome IShowSpeed in Kenya.
Jambo IShowSpeed. Welcome to Kenya. Karibu Kenya. Kenya is not just
I can only imagine if it was the Hagainde Sami Hijirema who had done that video for IShowSpeed. What would have been said about our president? Hey, he's not serious. Hey, a whole president. How can you even find the time to create content for a young man like that one? Hey, wait. That was it. A whole president. That was not the end. Media institutions, renowned media institutions, had to actually create news about this young man.
Online sensation IShowSpeed took over Nairobi today in a packed 6-hour affair that saw the American streamer, who is on a tour of the African continent, attract over 360,000 new subscribers, hitting a total of 48 million subscribers on a stream that's had over 8.4 million views on YouTube so far. And that is the highest of his 28-day...
If it were our very own ZMBC to have carried this story, I don't know if they did. I was sure it would have been talk everywhere. It would have been talk insulting the broadcaster. After all, even just the game between musicians and comedians yesterday has brought issues. We always want to find something negative about anything. It's not surprising that even Biflo did the song. Everybody wanna see you do, but not better than them. I tell you. It is typical of our country. We are a country that never sees anything positive, even when our people are trending for all the good reasons. Even when our country is trending on social media for all the good reasons, we always look out for that negative comment. Yet, the same things that we demonize here, the same thing, that is what our friends do elsewhere. But here we have experts who know how things should run, who know how things must be done. Yet those people have failed to build their own numbers on these social media platforms. But yet they want to control social media influencers and content creators. We should all be like IShowSpeed. We should all become streamers. No, us we are dry comedians, we are this and that. So we should all change and become like IShowSpeed. Yes, there was a lot to learn from Darren. There is a lot that we can learn at individual level, but also we need to understand that how did a young man at 20 years old manage to amass all this influence? It's probably because in his home country, they support him. And because of the support that he's gotten from home, it has made him gain the support even outside his country. Because of the infrastructure that is conducive for him to do what he does, he has been able to raise enough funds to just come and tour Africa. In this country, as a social media influencer, all you're expected to do is just entertain the people, make them laugh. But when you call them for a function, they will not come. They are not even willing to pay. When they see you getting on a bus, it is a problem to them. But when they see you getting on a bus, it is a problem. They assume just by watching you, they give you money. When you do emceeing like some of us do, to them it is a problem. You have nothing to do in life. Yet what you get for one function is what they work for 2 months. They would rather you get millions. But again, when you get millions, it is going to become a problem for some institutions. They will suspect that that money is property suspected to be proceeds of crime. We are that country that doesn't just want to see our very own do good. We always want to see them fail, and we thrive when we see them doing bad, or we thrive or we feel good when we see them in bad situations. We need to change. Yes, we need to change. If there's something that we need to do in this country, is learn to love our very own and support them. If this country was monetized, lastly, most of our content creators would have found better ways of doing some of the content, because some of this content that you people think is easy to do requires a lot of money actually. Yes, it requires a lot of money. But in this country, as an influencer or as a content creator, you are on your own until you start making it. No one believes in you, even your family members don't, until you finally get to win something here, until you start winning deals. And now people start respecting you. That is how we are as a country. We are a country that hates our own. We are a country that doesn't want to see our country being in the headlines for good news. Everything that we want is negativity, negativity, negativity. And because we thrive on negativity, even for content creators, that is content that brings them money. That is content that gives them an audience. When content creators create good content, you do not watch them. You don't love it. When they say something that you don't like, that's when you'll be there talking. And guess what? It's what brings the numbers. So if you don't like what we do, if you don't like what we talk about, the best thing you can do is block us and follow us. And maybe try doing it yourself. Let's see if you're going to be like IShowSpeed. All I'm begging is that let's allow our creatives, let's allow our artists, let's allow our content creators to be the best version of themselves. Yes, they can learn from others, but let's not ask them to be like. Let's allow them to be the best version of themselves. There's only one IShowSpeed in this world. There can only be one Ken Dumbo. There can only be one Dine Emma. There can only be one Bamatero. There can only be one Maza. There can only be one IDC Light. There can only be one Stephanie. There can only be one Vugui. Allow these content creators to express themselves the way that you want, not the way you want. If you feel they're not doing a good job, please create your own account and be like IShowSpeed. Don't force us to be like IShowSpeed. We are learning something from him, but allow us to be the best version of ourselves. As Ken Dumbo, I have said it time and again, and nothing is going to change. If you don't like what I do, the best thing you can do is unfollow me or block me. I love governance issues. I love political issues. And that is content that I will do more than anything on my social media platforms, because after all, as a social media influencer, I have the role and responsibility to update people, to teach people, to entertain people, and to inform people about things that are happening in our country. So Ken Dumbo, Kada, dry comedian, politician, that is the content that you love about me. And if you check, that is the content that gives me the numbers. I will do it. I will not stop it. If you don't like it, please leave the page. Otherwise, thank you so much. Let's learn to love our own.